guys, it's Rina. I know it's been a while since I last made a YouTube video or paint even, so let's come together and paint with me. But first, let's unbox this HIMI gouache paint set that my friend gifted me for my birthday last year. So I had a smaller set, but it dried up and I was so sad it couldn't be all jelly-like anymore. I can still use it though, but I'm still excited to try this one out because it has so many colors that I didn't have before. I've been so distant with art for this past year and I've come to realize that I miss it so much. Art brings me joy, just like how new art supplies bring me joy, like this one. I know my followers missed my art so much, but I just couldn't bring myself to paint for a long time and I don't know why. It's not like I got art block at all, I just feel uninspired. I'm so sorry. But I've been sketching in my sketchbook so that my skills won't go missing the day I decide to paint again, you know? Ta-da! But worry no more, today's the day guys. I'll be showing you my painting process of my Melanie Martinez Portals fan art because I have been obsessed with her new album. I know I said it has been a while since I last painted and you can tell by my crumpled watercolor paper. I'm sorry because that's all I had. So as you can see, I use washi tape to keep the paper in place on the board. And I kissed my cat for good luck. I used my handy dandy compasses from my high school days to create a perfect circle. The structure of this painting is inspired by yin yang, an artwork of mine back in 2021. After watching Melanie's death music video, I feel like this style is fitting. I did a sketch in my sketchbook, as you can see here, of Melanie as her new pink nymph persona and of her dead old crybaby self. So it took me around 30 minutes to sketch this and now it's all ready to be painted. I am not a master of gouache paint yet, so I'll be using my Winsor & Newton watercolor for the skin. I like to have the primary colors ready on my palette before I start painting. It just makes it easier for me to control the color consistency like this. And I tend to use the primary colors especially when painting the skin. It's something that I learned off the internet. But for this version of Melanie, she has pink skin, so I started off with a wash of rose madder and slowly added more blues on the shaded areas. I like to add a lot of red on the nose and cheeks for a blush look. It makes them look cold. And I also added a wash of yellow for a warmer skin tone. I try not to paint at night because I like to paint in natural sunlight, so this painting took me days to complete. Now back to this, I then layer the colors over and over for shading till I'm satisfied. I like to use indigo and a small tip brush for my line work. Somehow, indigo always turns out way better than black, and I live by this. I then added more blues on areas like the under eyes, because it looks more real. I used a more concentrated rose madder for the lips and added mini hearts as her pupil just because it's cute. Now it's time for the hair. It's been a while and I don't actually remember how I shade hair, so I just wing it while I reference my old artworks. So Melanie has green hair with a slight yellowish tone to it, so I used the shade Maldives as the base color of the hair. Then I mixed it with turquoise, yellow, and a little bit of ultramarine blue for the shading. On her album art, it seems like she's covered in fungi, and that's what this is. Painting these little mushrooms was so fun because it's so cute. Here, I used the color Lilac, Agency, and Pink. I also used a little bit of underglazed red and burnt umber for shading. I finished off this part with a dark and pale purple background. On to the next part, the death of Crybaby. Like I've said previously, I use primary colors to shade skin. So I start off with a wash of yellow and a very diluted red. I used blue for the darkest parts of the face and shadows, while red for blushes on the nose and cheeks. Also, when I accidentally used too much water, I would dab the water away with a tissue. I used ultramarine blue on her lips to make it look pale. In the music video, Melanie had half black and half white hair. I used the color black on one side and a mix of grey and white on the other as the base color. And as for the white hair side, I mixed a few shades of lilac, white, and grey for the shading. I feel like by adding a little purple to it makes it look nicer. And I used the white gel pen for the highlights. Crybabies on the internet spotted that the dress that she wore in the music video was the same dress that she wore during a photo shoot with Oliver Tree when they were still together, so I referenced this photo to paint her dress. I feel like shading clothes has always been my weakness because it's so hard and I'll just bantai till it looks promising. I also added small details like the buttons, frills, and the untied ribbon by her collar. And to make it look promising, I mixed the colors for a dark dusty blue to add more definition on her dress. Based on the music video, Crybaby has a hole right in the middle above her chest where her pink new self came out and was reborn. And I never actually painted something bloody before, so this was my first attempt at it. I used a mix of underglazed red, burnt umber, deep red for definition, and white for the highlights. I painted Melanie as if she's lying down on the grass in the woods. So I added details for the background with my tiny brush by mixing the color emerald green, jingde, ultramarine blue, and white. And I did my final touch-ups for the leaves in the background. I like to use my tiny detail brush to make strands of hair like this. It makes the hair look more flowy, if that makes sense. I always add my signature and date of completion on my artworks, but I'm not vibing with the positioning of it. But oh well. It's finally done! I hope you enjoyed this painting process video as much as I did making it, because it's my first time. Let me know if you want more videos like this in the future, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and stream portals for clear skin. Till next time, love, we now.